hang on to Dak.
Oh, they will. They will.
But, you know, I'm being facetious.
Yeah, I think one of those teams could win 11 or 12 games. I think the Redskins will be better. I think your Giants are ascending. The NFC North, I know you kind of glossed over this, but I think you leave out a few things that positions the Saints less favorably for me than for you. The North is a beast. They lost the Vikings. Drew Brees was pedestrian that day. Yep. He threw the ball 33 times in a playoff game, 33, and he had 200 yards, and it wasn't like it was snowing sideways out. You know what I mean? It was indoors.
I know.
And he had one touchdown, one pick. Didn't really acquit himself incredibly well. Vikings are good, which speaks to the North. Packers are good. Bears are going to get better. The Lions, who knows what the heck the Lions do. The NFC South, very competitive. And then the West, as we know, Niners got to the Super Bowl. Seattle could get there. Rams have Ramsey for the whole season. Cardinals a year or two away. The NFC, this is not to say they have no chance. They've got a chance. But in my opinion, they will not get back there. So this is fun. It's good for New Orleans. It's good for the NFL. It's good for everything about football. But I just don't think they're good enough to get to the Super Bowl. I don't think he's the same guy.
I think they've had circumstances, and I wonder this, and I can't answer this question because I'm not around them, but you look at the New Orleans Saints, they have been 3 years in a row just overachieving in the regular, maybe not overachieving, but excelling in the regular season. Overachieving is the wrong word. I take that back. They've been excelling in the regular season. They get to the postseason, their confidence is at an all-time high. They know that they have the talent to do it, right? Not just on offense, but on defense as well. And then something catastrophic happens, whether it's the miracle or the non-call, or even last year against the Vikings, overtime, like all these things always happen to the Saints squad. It's got to start to feel like, at what point does it become our turn? You know what I mean? And so you hate to put that X's and O's, non-quantifiable non-quantifiable expert to the, non-quantifiable, like, I don't know, X factor to the Saints team.
Karma? But they
not
deserve
karma,
it.
no, not that they deserve
the football gods would finally smile on
but they work their asses off, man.
Everybody does.
Right? And they're unique and they're fun.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
Even when they lose Drew Brees, they find ways to kind of go undefeated. Well, no, they were 5-1, I think, without Drew Brees.
No, they went 5-0. Teddy Bridgewater went 5-0.
I think the game he got hurt, they lost, right?
Oh, it's just, I mean, Teddy is a starter, correct? So, Teddy is a starter, 5-0.
Yep. And so when you look at this team, it's like, dude, you lose one of your best players, and you don't lose, right? You gotta be.
But doesn't that tell you right there that the value for Drew Brees is not nearly what people think?
Yes, but I do.
You went 5-0 without Drew Brees.
But I do believe that there's like something about Drew Brees that you need, right? There's like a trust. I like Teddy Bridgewater. I really do. We'll get to Teddy Bridgewater later on in the show because some people are throwing some ridiculous numbers out at Teddy Bridgewater. I believe you will, but what they're saying, I'm not so sure.
Okay.
But I love Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know if I trust Teddy Bridgewater in those moments that I would trust Drew Brees in. You know what I mean? Like, you have to come back. You're down by a touchdown with, I don't know, 3 minutes to go. You need a drive, right? You need a throw. You need to beat whatever coverage, and you got to get it to Michael Thomas at this perfect spot. I believe Drew Brees is going to do that. Maybe Teddy does. I don't know if he...
Let me ask you this. Do you still believe that Drew does it the way he did it 3 years ago?
Well, I mean, you see him lift like Jared Cook, right? Jared Cook was... I mean, I don't know if he made the Pro Bowl this year, but he was a Pro Bowl level player this year. Jared Cook, tight end.
Very good tight end.
And most people, it's like, cashed him out. Like, okay, you're good. Your career's, good job, with the Raiders, Maybe you'll find a couple catches here and there. I mean, he was phenomenal. And I think that's because of Drew. He makes people better. And I think that's
I can say that's because of Michael Thomas. I mean, I could flip that back to you and say, Michael Thomas is bracketed by minimum 2 bodies every play.
But still, putting the ball where it needs to be, so easy catches. Drew Brees does that. You trust him to do that. As long as he still has that, I'm taking him over most guys in the league.
You lost to Kirk Cousins in a playoff game. Think about all the years you got
the Vikings got a good defense, though.
So do the Saints.
True, but this is my point.
They're vulnerable. They're not as good as
if they would have played would have played against the Vikings 10 times, they probably win 6 of them, 5 of them, 6 of them, who knows?
Flip a coin,
That's right.
50-50,
So,
60-40.
So the fact
maybe 40-60.
the fact he's coming back, he knows that. And that's not just against the Vikings,
Uh-huh.
that's probably against the 49ers, which also was a tight game as well when they played early in the season.
46.
Right, so it's against the 49ers, probably Seattle as well. Like, all these teams, they're coin flips on who you're picking. I mean,
Well, why were they on the wrong end of the coin flip every time that it mattered?
that's what I can't explain.
I can. He's not as good as he used to be. My whole point.
I mean, it's a team.
I'm not blaming Drew. I love the guy.
Blame
He's just
Drew.
I see down the field. I see a little and not that he ever had a rocket. It was always more about precision. I get that.
It's all time.
But you start to see the ball like that little dip at the end on that 20-yard out. That save. I just don't see quite the same guy, and I see a lot of other guys in the NFC that are ascending. You know, Russell Wilson, he's a star, he's a superstar. All right, Garoppolo didn't play well in the Super Bowl, or he didn't have a good fourth quarter, so he can't put Jimmy G there. But you still have Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean,
He looked old, though, in his postseason.
who would you rather have right now, Rodgers or Drew Brees? Come on. Come on, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Great question.
No, it's not. It's the most basic.
No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is, man.
Oh, come on.
I probably would say Aaron Rodgers, but